on the live stream. Today is
Tuesday,
7 June,
7th of June.
June 2022. Hello everyone.
Hello everyone, nice to see you all again. Today is Tuesday, June the 7th, and the market is still taking its own sweet time, as what we expected about 2-3 weeks ago when we said when we look at the price and look at the tree of the price movement chart.
Let me
It is
see
expected to
bubble
be
point.
taking about maybe 2 months, so now we are in June already, so hopefully by July you can see some nice slope in the graph, the price chart graph.
Now I share to all our audience about the bubble of the cryptocurrency, and then we will see the price of Bitcoin today is 266. Yeah, and when the BTC ETH have a green color, we see the red color of BNB. A lot of people are surprised why the price of BNB below 300. Yeah, and we also see some the other of the crypto is in the green color with the ADA is Solana, some of have a really green color. And now let's see what's happening on our today live stream. Yeah, now I give Mr. Nicholas share some information in the beginning with CBDC about G20 information.
Right. Okay. So as you all know, we have touched on this subject quite a number of times before. Yeah. So this CBDC, basically, right now, what you're seeing in the market is that there's total of 105 countries exploring CBDC, central bank digital currency. So that represents about 95% of global GDP that are exploring CBDC. Of course, talking about this, you can't avoid talking about G20 countries, right? So among the G20 countries, 19 of them are exploring CBDC. Yeah, so of course 16 are already in development stage or pilot stage. So that includes South Korea, Japan, India, Russia. Yeah, so of course all these are being led by you know who. China has started CBDC for some time already. Yeah, so 10 countries have fully launched their CBDC with China's pilot. Of course, set to expand. China has led the way, so 10 of the countries have launched CBDC, and of course, China is not going to stop there. Anybody that starts a project, they want to expand the project, right? So basically, a lot of plans are in the pipeline as well. If you ask yourself, what is the use of this CBDC? Of course, for China, they are very particular. They have these BRI projects going on. So this BRI project, they partner with many countries. So this CBDC or the digital yuan can come into play when international transactions are involved. So especially during a time where now we are talking about sensitive time, where the US, let me take this two thing up, where the US is trying to give China a hard time by attempting to do a lot of sanctions coming up. Yeah, because of this you did not stop Russia from stop Russia war. It got nothing to do with China, But the thing is that what is real here is that the US is facing a lot of threat in terms of economic growth. First and foremost, I think in the US itself, the high inflation, high this, high that, a lot of things are getting expensive. Yeah. So even the oil, so they have to do something, but sometimes you can't really totally agree with what they are doing, but they are still doing it anyways because they are the boss, so to speak. So of course China is trying its best to help a lot of people and plus themselves as well. Because China being Asian, their mindset is to want everyone money together. So that is why CBDC and BRI and all these are working together. Okay, let's move on. You have anything to share with about CBDC, bro?
How about the Singapore? I hear the information you shared was about the Singapore MAS. They are going to do the tokenized pilot for the DeFi. It's also a good news, good information I also received when they try to do the market not from JP Morgan. This
So
is
basically, over here in Singapore, earlier on we talked about CBDC all over the world, but now here in Singapore, where this regulated financial institution will be acting as trust anchors. I don't know how they call. Maybe there are a few main institution that is acting as a main trust kind of thing. With of course the initial pilot involving JP Morgan, DBS. DBS is like, are they the biggest bank? I think they are in Singapore. Because DBS, UOB, and this OCBC, they are always fighting for the top spot. So this in this pilot program or tokenization pilot for DeFi, so tokenized bonds and deposits will be used in a permission liquidity pool. I think some other projects elsewhere have this similar structure.
That's right.
So this permission liquidity pool for decentralized finance transaction involving borrowing and lending on the public blockchain. So I included this thing in this page because it's easier to help people understand. For example, the third point, a bank might hold 100,000 of XYZ tokenized bond, but they want this bank holds the tokenized bond, but still at the same time they want to borrow money temporarily. So it deposit the 100,000 as collateral, which is locked in a smart contract, and they can borrow as much as 75% of it. Of course, they have to pay the interest. Who borrows money and not pay interest? Then they are everybody has to pay interest. So this is how, in a gist, how it works. So I'm not too sure if there's some other countries trying to duplicate this, or has this been around for some time? I think this structure, this concept has been around for a while, I guess. That is why I believe that's why MAS adopted this concept. MAS, they are always watching what people do, see if they fail or not. If they don't fail, they will try to see what they can do to be better than that particular things that other people do. So Singaporeans, don't worry about your money too much. We have a responsible.
And we hear this month also when the Fed try to quantity tightening the money supply.
That's QT, right?
QT, and then it's make a lot of hard. It's also hard, not only US but also in the other country related. It look like they now a lot of countries are facing the inflation. That is the action to manage the inflation and control the price. This jump too high. That's why we see the price of crypto, the price of Bitcoin all go around 30,000. And then a lot of traders think Bitcoin is in the bottom. But some of the data on chain, they show that point to more capitulation event. It means on the glass node, they also says another final sell off. A lot of people asking why there's the price go low, why they want to sell off more crypto and some crypto asset. In my own opinion, I think some of the projects, some of the company, they want the cash to pay out for um, their employee, so they need to sell some of asset like stock, bond, also the crypto asset to pay for them, to pay for the employee to maintain the business. That's the reason why the price go down, and because they also cannot get a loan from the bank where with the during the QT happening, quantity tightening. Yeah, that's right. And then activity from the Bitcoin miner. Um, Also, they also need to keep the Bitcoin during the price. If it's go high, they can sell, but they also need to sell some of the coin to pay for electricity, and also switch to the other mining source to reduce the carbon dioxide and to reduce the mining fee. Like during the price of the oil is so high, this um, it from the beginning of this years. That's why uh, some of the traders, some of the some people thinking that now is a bottom, is a time to get it. And in my own opinion, yeah, I just get a little bit to wait for the signal, not only and then we also optimistic. We need to think more in the future, and during some of the figure, we also expect the price go higher during the uptrend, and now it's in the downtrend. A lot of people use the chart, use the number to expect it may go down further, but the price from if we compare from last week, it's still the same.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's still the same. Let me check.
The chart, the price chart movement doesn't
Yeah,
change much
yeah, it's
from
not
a week
much.
ago.
Yeah, from a week ago with this purple chart, we also can see which coins go up and which coin go down. Yeah, it's also easy for us to tracking the price of crypto. And now during our live stream, we also can see the price have a little bit change. We also can expect uh, the the week the week candle is also good. And about just now we also discussed we said about the miner, because the miner income under stress. Yeah, of course they're under stress. Um, uh, because of the oil price go up, some of them so electricity also go higher. They also thinking need to sell some of the crypto to maintain the business. And we also can see the Bitcoin price of the week 23. I think week 23 is last week, maybe now it's so the week 23 uh, begin on the last day of week 23 is 6th of June. It means the last week. We see the candle is still go up. It's also a good signal, but some of the trader also worry it may go down during the QT. Yeah. How how do you think, Mr. Nicholas, when Bitcoin's
there's a lot of interesting numbers when you talk about QT. Because according to what information that is available out there talking about QT, so the US, they bought over 4 trillion in assets ever since from 2 years ago, from at the beginning of COVID-19. Yeah, so these US treasuries, most of them, they are mortgage-backed securities. Yeah, so of course this is to help stimulate the economy. Yeah, but the Feds, of course, they stopped purchasing these bonds. I think it was in March, somewhere 2 years ago, something like that. Yeah, they started to agree to sell like 60 billion in treasury securities and 35 billions of what mortgage-backed security each month. Yeah. So the thing is that even during that time, hey, you're talking about quantitative tightening, but then at the same time you are printing money. Remember when COVID hit
during the
really
COVID?
very badly, they have to just print some money. Yeah, and that sum is quite a lot actually. Yeah. So so we are in a gray zone here. Yeah, where there's a tightening and then there's money printing over the last 2 years. So it's kind of like giving the market a little bit of a mixed signal or mixed expectation, in a sense that you want to you want to stop people spending money, yet you want to print so much money, kind of thing, something like that. Yeah. So these are the things that's happened over the last 2 years. But of course, during this period, it was the Bitcoin that's going crazy. Remember, COVID-19 happens in 19, right? 1920, or rather 2020, beginning of 2020. So it was first discovered in 2019. So 2021 is the time where Bitcoin price go crazy. Yeah. So so with all this happening in the from the Fed, and also happening in the Bitcoin market. Yeah. So there are a lot of how would say, I would maybe frenzy is a word to say to describe it. There's a lot of frenzy out there. Yeah, people, some of them, they got excited, some of them got worried. Yeah, so they started buying up Bitcoin, and then of course you see them follow the trail of the whales to make some money. And then of course now we are in a low time. Yeah, so the market in general, if you put this QT, this Fed, this Bitcoin market today, it doesn't seem like it's going to go up very soon. You know what I mean? Yeah. It doesn't give people that optimistic feeling that, oh, the market is going to improve for the better. I think it'll take some time. Yeah.
It may take some time.
Yeah. So especially now, beyond talking about just COVID-19, the pandemic, beyond talking about just the QT, now we have this Russian war to talk about, and by the way, the war has not stopped yet. I think the war is still going on. Yeah, so because of this war, there are a lot of increase, like what Mr. Richard has mentioned earlier on. There's a lot of inflation going on. There's a lot of increase in what we are paying for. Things are getting expensive, 10, 20, 30% up. Especially the gas prices or the petrol prices. Whatever price you go to the petrol kiosk to pump, yeah, so they have increased dramatically. And I think that is putting a lot of stress on the market, as people using, consumers basically. Yeah, so there'll be a lot of switching in terms of, if you are pumping $4 a liter, I think you probably rethink, oh, maybe I should switch my routine. Maybe this particular few days I shouldn't be going long distance too much and the kind of thing. Yeah. But now Singapore has opened up the borders, our
Yeah,
borders, so people are free to travel here and there. So I think we see a little bit of spending, but it's more like a spending from people go overseas to spend rather than people coming into Singapore to spend.
yeah. But I think it's also that's a positive signal
Yeah, it is a
many
positive.
countries open the
Yeah,
border to them.
but having said that, please remember to take all precautions. Do not try to think that it's now government is opening up, so it must be safe everywhere. No. Keep your mask on. Uh, Try to keep yourself safe from getting COVID as usual. Yeah.
Yeah, and in the screen, I also want to share you some of the charts, the information about the minor fear, the minor
Fear,
the strength, which means the price of
the
crypto go
stress.
down, so they also need they feel stressed and they also need to
Uh,
sell some of the crypto to pay for activity.
I
Yeah,
think a lot of miners they have this common problem. Oh, now the market is so low. Electricity is shooting up. Everything is shooting up except the Bitcoin price.
yeah.
That's very
That's
sad.
why if we compare with the price of the bitcoins, now the minor net posi- position change minus 58%. They change recent minor distribution 5 to 8,000 BTC per month. Now currently only 3.3 thousand BTC per month. That means less of the Bitcoin go into the market. Yeah,
I guess a lot of people they're like, oh, so now what should I stop mining or should I continue?
yeah. With some of the individual miner, also they also have some choice because if they compare between keep paying for electricity um, mm, or wait for it when the price go up. If you sell your crypto monthly to pay for the to pay for electricity, and then get that money to pay for it. Earning is just a little bit. It's very low, and if we compare like this mining activity look like the long term saving. Sometimes it depends on some of the individual mining if they can handle uh, the the cash first to pay for electricity and keep the crypto asset after the mining. Yeah, if they can keep it when the price will go up, they can sell it good. If they cannot keep it, they can sell it for the electricity. Yeah, yeah, it's up to the miner. It's last time if I compare with last time when I do mining, uh, um, earning 1 month is around $100. Just mining activity just one single miner. And then if we compare like that, it's, it's unfair after the few months, a few years, you will see the difference when the price Bitcoin go up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So actually, if you look at the market situation right now, the price has dropped to 30,000. Yeah. So for those who are mining now, I think it'll be good if they can hold instead of selling quickly to cover the cost of mining, right?
yeah, because you see this chart is about the minor difficulty and revenues. Difficulty is Bitcoin difficulty. Uh, if the difficulty is go lower, it means you easily can get more Bitcoin. If it go higher, it's take a long time to get more Bitcoin. And now we see the total revenue is dropped 56.7%, and the difficulty is still hanging there. It's still, if it's drop, it means less of miner go into the market, and we can see here some of the miners still in the market. Yeah, like this from the after January 2020, we see the difficulty of the Bitcoin go up, go slide up, slide down together with the revenues, and now beginning of January 2022, the difficulties is slightly go down, but it's not but it's not go down dramatically. It still go down slightly. However, we can see sorry, it's my mistake. The orange color is a difficulty. Orange color is a difficulty, and the black color is the BTC price. You can see the BTC price. Orange color is a difficulty, and the difficulty
Getting more and more
slightly
difficult, right?
more and more difficult. Why the revenues, total revenues go down dramatically when the price go down. When the price go down until now, we also think that some of the miner may unblock their mining system like this, so the price may go up, because now the difficulty still go up more than 132% if we compare with the beginning of this year, January 2022. Yeah, that's why the miner is under stress. That is the reason why. And in summary, conclusion, based on the information we see, the price drawdown level have been seen for less than 50%. Network unrealized loss is all the buyers think that means it's now underwater. Some of the people think that is a bottom. They jump into the market, and the market go down further. It means now underwater. This means need to wait for the price go up. With the long-term holder, I still southern majority, 62% of the loss. The miner appear to be increasingly under stress, but balance sheet reduction alongside. Yeah, a lot of things happening, and people need to wait for the price. A lot of people need the patience from to see the market. Yeah, a lot. Also, Tesla also got the issue. They also thinking about how to reduce employee 10% of their
They're
current
cutting 10%.
yeah. That's just some information from Elon Musk, and then he shared to us, and we think that it's also um, uh, that's some of the impact from the QT I also mentioned from the previous uh, live stream. We also discuss about the QT and what's happening is so to our current life. And let's see what the other information. Of course, we also have some